Hi, everybody. It's me, AM Walker. Thank you so much for checking out our Tuesday episode. I hope that you enjoyed our trailer. We know it was short, but that was just an idea to give you a taste what this podcast is going to be like before you dive into one of these longer episodes. And today's one of those. We're going to be talking to somebody very exciting. We're going to be calling in Sheridan De La Cruz, who wrote Healthy Mommy, Happy Family.
I was really deeply inspired to write Healthy Mommy, Happy Family from my own experience as a first time mom. I went through a very high risk pregnancy with my daughter, and that really shifted how I viewed health, motherhood, and self care. There were so many moments of fear and uncertainty in that experience, but also so much incredible growth. I learned the power of how to slow down, how to listen to my body, how to honor my feelings without judgment. And that experience in life became really the heartbeat of this book, a reminder to show moms that we can nurture ourselves first, and we can really create that ripple effect of wellness and joy throughout our entire family.
Now that we're at Friday episodes, I want to tell you something super exciting. Every time we have a Friday episode, we're going to be making a post that includes our guest. So, for example, on today's episode, Friday, you'll see one that includes Sheridan. At the end of this episode, Sheridan's going to give you a tip to a code word. Go back on our page and comment the code word. Each person that gets the code word correct is going to be entered into a raffle. And the winner is going to get an opportunity to call into our podcast and ask us a question and get their handle displayed on our YouTube channel. We'll also put it in the description of our Spotify and Apple so that we can get some traction to your page. So don't forget after this to run to our Instagram and to post your guess under the picture of Sheridan what you think today's code word is. I'm always curious to know what people are surprised about in the publishing process. For me, the most surprising was just how many different steps there were. I had to get ISBNs. I had to figure out copyright for my cover art and anything I included inside. If I included facts, I had to make sure I backed them up. And because I wrote a thriller, I wanted to write a really safe trigger warning. There are so many steps to making sure that a book is successful. Let's give Sheridan a ring and see what was the most surprising part for her writing and publishing a book.
What surprised me the most was how collaborative the publishing process really is. I went into thinking I'm going to be on my own, but it truly surprised me and turned out to be such a beautiful team effort. From the designers to the editors, every person brought something special that really elevated the final product of Healthy Mommy, Happy Family. It reminded me that letting others help doesn't weaken your vision. It honestly strengthens it. Seeing my book in print was honestly so incredibly validating, and it really reminded me that our stories hold such real power when we choose to share them. And I now am encouraging every woman in my life to share their own stories too, because their story that I know is so powerful and impactful. So to see challenges as not a setback, but as a stepping stone is just so incredible. And I really feel like I have deepened my belief that being vulnerable and healing can go honestly hand in hand. I really hope that my book, Healthy Mommy, Happy Family, helps moms feel seen and supported and even inspired to care for themselves a little bit better without guilt. When we prioritize our own well-being, our families really benefit from it too. Because if we're a calm, happy mom, that creates a calm, happy home. So honestly, my biggest wish is that readers walk away feeling empowered to slow down and to tune inward, listen to their bodies better, and honor where they are in their journey.
Everybody chooses their own path in publishing. That's what's so powerful about the indie publishing process. Some people choose to do it completely alone, including their editing, cover art, formatting, all of it. Some people piecemeal. They write themselves and edit, but they might hire a cover artist or maybe even somebody to help them with marketing and PR. But indie publishing houses often do it all. Harbor and Stone Press is an organization that not only publishes books, but they market it. They benefit by getting more books under their belt, and you benefit by having to do none of the hard work. I have learned that myself as an indie author. I have friends and family that are so excited for me, and I don't want to diminish that. But the reality is that we are the only ones that can feel the true effort of what we've done And we really want to make sure that we're getting our bang for our buck there. So, an indie publishing house such as Harbor and Stone Press does that work for you. I want you to just consider how you started to market your book, or if you hypothetically wrote one, what would you do to get your name out there? How would you be the next big name author and create your own brand? Let's hear more from Sheridan about her process with Harbor and Stone Press to get an idea whether she enjoyed her experience working with an indie publishing house.
Working with Harbor and Stone Press was literally such a supportive experience. They really understood my vision and they helped me bring it to life with such clarity. And from editing to design, their team treated my book like something really meaningful, not just any other project. It made the whole journey less overwhelming and so much more exciting, especially as a first-time author. The Harbor and Stone Press team truly made the process feel very personable and so intentional. The Harbor and Stone group overall took time to understand my goal and kept the communication along the whole way clear and very encouraging. So they helped me feel extra grounded and even more excited because even when deadlines were due, I felt like a weight had lifted off. Their care about my book really made this feel like less of a transaction and such a creative partnership.
What I learned in the writing process is that it could be really lonely. You could start writing your book and be really private about it, be fearful to share with others, and that's a completely normal experience. But the more that you lean into others and build community, the more you start to feel that bravery and camaraderie, and some of that imposter syndrome starts to go away. I am so curious what Sheridan enjoyed the most about the process, specifically working with Harbor and Stone Press.
My favorite part of publishing with Harbor and Stone Press really was seeing my message come to life visually. From the cover design to the layout of the book and the feeling of holding my first proof copy in my hands. I will never forget the day that it said it was delivered to my house and I sprinted to my front door and to grab my book. And it just felt like such a full circle moment after all of the hours of working with Harbor and Stone Press, of editing, finally seeing it as a real book just made every challenge and conversation so worth it. Before working with Harbor and Stone Press, the publishing process really felt like a maze. There were so many steps, honestly, I didn't understand. But Harbor and Stone Press came in and they really simplified everything by guiding me through each stage with such patience and transparency. They explained the why behind every decision, which really helped make me feel confident instead of anxious. I was so excited to move forward, and that is the kind of partnership that really makes all of the difference.
I want to give you a true and raw example from this book to explain how this can be adaptable to all types of families. In this book, there's going to be recipes. It lays out what to do together in a step by step so that families can use supplies that they have themselves. There's also the sage's tips. So, for example, when they're making a colorful smoothie, something that she says is more colors equal more superpowers. I love that Sheridan includes those pieces from Sage because it puts us in that younger child mindset and reminds us that sometimes we have to consider our child's preferences and the way that their brain is shaped and the way that they see the world. They may not understand yet macronutrients and why we need so much protein. But if we could tell them that there's color in their smoothie and it makes a really fun, yummy rainbow in their tummy, who knows what the possibilities could be for making that smoothie a family favorite. My reflection prompt to you is, what's stopping you from your full potential?
My background as a certified health coach taught me that true wellness isn't just about physical health. It's about emotional and mental balance too. Multidimensional health is something that I talk about a lot in Healthy Mommy, Happy Family. I blend practical strategies with mindfulness, helping moms tune in to their bodies and hearts and what they're truly asking for. I wanted to take what I've learned in my coaching practice and really make this approachable for moms, especially busy moms who feel pulled in a million directions. It's really about progress in our lives, not perfection. My grounding habit is starting my day with quiet, even if it's just 5 minutes of deep breathing exercises or using my gratitude journal before the world wakes up. My daughter is usually an early riser, but I like to prioritize my breath and journaling first thing because it really does just awaken my heart and my body and soul. And it helps me tune into how I'm feeling, and I set my intentions in that time frame for the whole day. That small act of self connection keeps me centered so I can show up fully for my baby, my husband, my entire family, my clients, but most importantly, myself.
I have learned that myself as an indie author. I have friends and family that are so excited for me, and I don't want to diminish that. But the reality is that we are the only ones that can feel the true effort of what we've done. And we really want to make sure that we're getting our bang for our buck there.
The most challenging part about the writing process, I would say, for me was vulnerability, really sharing my own struggles and some of those insecurities too, so openly. But I knew that being authentic is what other moms really connect with. And so when I reminded myself of that, even if just one person could feel seen or supported and heard by my story, that fear really just went away. So I chose to continue and I wrote through that discomfort one page at a time. And I really trusted that the truth resonates louder than perfection.
Sheridan's book, Healthy Mommy, Happy Family, includes reflection points at the end of each chapter. It asks a family to consider a new lesson or way of shaping their family to enhance their idea of health. Here's my reflection prompt for you. What is one thing you would like to do in this next year, 2026, to challenge yourself as either a writer or a reader? You don't have to be somebody that reads traditional books, even if you're thinking about media literacy or understanding how to read the news. Create a goal for yourself and challenge yourself. You might be surprised. I'll tell you what, 6 months ago, if you told me I would be sitting in this chair and doing a podcast, I would say no way. But I've been diving into my bravery. Sheridan, what would you tell moms who think that they can't have kids and write a book and do it all?
I would tell her that your story is powerful and it really deserves to be told. Writing as a mom might look different. It often is done between naps or late nights, but truly every word adds up. So don't wait for the perfect timing. Let your motherhood journey fuel your message and not hold it back. Your voice could be exactly what another mom needs to be hearing, and move forward in knowing that and allow yourself to share your journey. My advice would be just start, even before you feel ready, because there's really no perfect time. It's really just having that courage inside of you. Believe in that your story really matters because it truly does. I would say surround yourself with people who support your vision. And remember that the process itself will teach you so much too about who you are. So just take the first step and trust yourself to figure out the rest as it comes along the way. Honestly, finding time and emotional energy can be the hardest part about writing. Some days it really does feel like you're already pouring from an empty cup, but I really learned to give myself grace. I like to write in short bursts and jot down ideas, even if it doesn't feel perfect. I can always circle back to it. I realized that the process mirrored motherhood itself. It's messy at times, it's beautiful, and it's full of lessons and patience. The balance became part of my story too. The idea that you can really pursue your dreams while still being fully present as a mom.
Before we wrap up, I have to know, Sheridan, what is next for you? I mean, you've written a book, you're a health coach, a mom, you're a wife. What more can you do? Tell us, what's next on the docket for you?
Yes, I am continuing my work as a health coach, and I'm exploring ways to even expand Healthy Mommy, Happy Family and the message through workshops in person, meet and greets, book tour ideas are on the horizon. I'm really just brainstorming also ideas for a follow up book because I really want to dive even deeper into self care practices for moms in different seasons of life. So I really just love creating resources that women feel more supported and more empowered. So, yes, there's lots more to come.
Okay, it's time for the code word. Let's give Sheridan a call and then she's going to give us a hint. You'll go back on that post and make your comment and try to guess what today's code word is. Let's give Sheridan one final ring.
Hey Alyssa, today's code word is something that you plan to do deliberately. If you do this with purpose, you are being blank.
Okay, make sure you go ahead and put your guest in. Otherwise, I will see you on Tuesday for a shorter episode. It's going to be a little bit longer than our intro trailer, but a little bit shorter than our Friday episodes. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you feel comfy and cozy, get a nice stretch, a nice sleep, and remember, you're beautiful. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining Pressing Matters podcast. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I have a couple calls to make.